largest city in Kentucky, but you know, like the one that makes the sluggers, you know.
Louisville.
So yeah, so it's Louisville, the French way. Like you know, it's spelled with the IS, but it's like everyone there, no one says Louisville. They get real mad at you. It's like it's definitely Louisville. Well, really, what they say is Louisville. But there is a town not, I don't know, maybe like an hour outside of it, that shares its name with a beautiful sort of summer court of King Louis, summer palace, and they pronounce it Versailles. Spelled the same way.
That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
It's pronounced Versailles. And I find that dichotomy, or as we'd say,
how do you know you weren't just talking to someone that's an idiot?
Because my mom's from there and I go there all the time.
What if they're wrong? What if they're just all wrong?
Well, now that part is very plausible, but I'm saying that is how everyone pronounces the two places.
Okay. Yeah.
And that dichotomy, or as we say in America, dichotomy, is very strange.
How do you pronounce the city where you go for Mardi Gras? Or Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras?
New Orleans?
Well, it depends on...
New Orleans?
Yeah. Nolans.
New Orleans.
Nolans.
People there, I will also say, because literally my dad is from Louisiana and my mom is from Louisville, so they're both from Louis-based places. And, like, oh my god, are people not exaggerating the New Orleans accent? Like, when you talk to people... It's wild. Ludicrous. The way people talk in New Orleans is wild. But yeah, Nolans is how you say it. Also, and Anna actually got me wondering about this. So these two cherries I have in here.
Hey.
Do you know how you say those? Because I looked it up and this is a real thing. The Italians say one way.
But she said I hear. Well, I'm used to maraschino, but I always hear like from people in the know it always sounds like it's maraschino.
Well, it's maraschino if you're doing Italian. Maraschino. But if you're in America,
no, you have to have the hands. Of course, you got the hands.
And you can't just say maraschino. You gotta say maraschino.
Maraschino.
Maraschino. Basta. This is Italian. Don't put a maraschino in my spaghetti.
I feel like, well.
Also, hi everybody, welcome to the game. It's nice to be here. We've been live. We've been live since I started talking about Louisville. My name is Philip. I am the publisher. For you feel like what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like you're obviously going to disagree with me on this and be baffled, but I feel like I don't like maraschino cherries, and I feel like they taste like children's Tylenol.
You're not wrong.
That is interesting. Now, I also will say that these, like, I bet you would be less grossed out by the $20 jar as opposed to the $3 jar. But I still think there is a fundamental similarity with cough syrup.
There's a difference, like there's an expensive one.
Yeah. So like the good ones that are not just kind of soaking in formaldehyde, that are not like radioactive red. Those are very expensive.
The ones that are like in Philip's glass right now that are like deep, like, they're like a deep dark red, and
they're
not the bright like the
yes,
neon color.
I've only had the bright ones.
Yeah. Those.
These are much more like, if you like cherries, these are much closer to tasting like cherries than those are.
It's a cherry that's kind of been.
But you're not wrong about the neon colored ones.
Yeah.
There is something medicinal about them.
Those are crap.
I actually like all the versions. Oh,
but they're not. I'm not gonna not have them.
Bright red ones on like an ice cream sundae. Forget about it. As a kid, so delightful. One time, because I was really into the Ninja Turtles, my mom did let me put marshmallows and cherries on a pizza. Because I feel like Michelangelo did that. It was fine.
Sounds terrible.
It sounds like it'd be all right.
Pretty sure Michelangelo
What about pineapple on pizza?
I don't object to it. Like, it's not like I'm not like rushing out to put pineapple on pizza, but it's like, you know what, it's fine.
I enjoy it.
It's fine.
I like it because it's the only way I can have like pineapple in its regular form and not get an allergic reaction. Like, I can have cooked pineapple, but
interesting.
I can't have raw pineapple.
Yeah,
I think islands.
Interesting.
The islands burgers.
The islands. I was about to bring up a teriyaki burger that has a slice of pineapple on it.
I just over the weekend I went to Trejo's Donuts for the first time, and they have a pineapple fritter.
Oh, that
is
place.
Fantastic.
Wow.
That's right. What's his name? Machete has his own donut place.
He has his own.
That's him. That's Danny Trejo.
I guess I just assumed he didn't have more than the taco place.
He has the taco place, and he took over a donut place that was like right on the corner of like it was basically the only place that's going out of business, and so he took it over. I think he also has 2 cookbooks. I think he has a 3rd business too.
There you go.
Wow.
You know,
in between the Spy Kids movies, you can just do that.
gotta hustle. Well, welcome everybody. For those of you just tuning in, name is Sophia, where you missed a lot of talk about interestingly named places in Kentucky.
Also,
my heater's on. I'm gonna go turn it off. Keep talking.
I will say that there's another one that's an interesting difference that is regional, right? Like in the state north of California, mostly you would say Oregon, right? But there is a city in Wisconsin that is pronounced Oregon.
Is it spelled the same?
They're spelled the same.
That's stupid.
I don't even know what it's about.
And there you have
I just
it.
love that she's just like, that's stupid. Whatever it is. I love that was her response.
Self. Who am I?
So last week, last week and this week, although last week did have some crafting, past couple of weeks have had some different stuff going on here, because last week we decided to spend almost all of our time on the hiring, the staffing issues, and then we did a quick craft at the end. So our heroes, our partners of MEI, somewhat to my surprise, I will say I am a little bit surprised about some of the people you didn't even talk to at all. I will mention that, like, I was intrigued by who didn't even get a glance. Go ahead.
Like,
I'm gonna ask. Can you tell us what the friar sounds like?
I never have to now. I probably just would have been I either would have tried to have him sound like Will Arnett,
Okay.
or I would have had him sound like Mr. Ed. I don't know which one. Would have decided in the
Bojack?
moment.
Well, now, at some point, we'll do some corporate charity where we've taken donations from everyone else and gets to pass it off for the tax breaks, and then we'll donate to the church so we can meet
You
him.
think the friar in the $3,000 suit?
You think the friar in the $3,000 horseshoes would talk to a guy whose horseshoes don't cost half that? Come on!
so who are you surprised about?
Yeah, I mean, just or that an IS Lunarin just because he had so many votes. But the point being, you chose to speak to some people, not everyone, and also to my surprise, you did wind up hiring the Manticore. And I will say, however, that being said, the Manticore's hiring, like, Jeremy kind of let me know, effectively, no shade to Jeremy. Like, I asked Jeremy, hey, are you good to play tonight, last Monday? And his reply was, oh, no, I'm not. Also not for the next 3 months. So, like, it really kind of wasn't like, oh, okay. So that really altered the sort of chemistry of, that I was really not expecting that based on how aggressively KJ was opposed to the Manticore on account of, that he's a villain. And how she said, this is not my job to rehabilitate this man. So I was but then because things changed, I was like, oh wow, I guess he winds up being the one you guys are bringing in as your other builder. So a very interesting scenario, and it's all...
We all grew some.
Yeah, everybody grew. Everybody expanded their horizons, and Jeremy showed his true colors once again.
Once again.
So, in any event, what happened was, in order to expand to the signature studio, and by the way, I don't know how much you guys, I also, I don't think I have this as I don't think I have the MEI sheet set up to be totally public, so I'm not sure viewers can see it, but I know you guys can look at the MEI sheet. I have added the signature studio as a facility. So it has some like crafting and stuff, it has some options you can choose for your Bastion actions. And Bastion actions actually are going to be very important this time because you are going to have to choose the Bastion actions that you'd like to have happening while you're gone. And that will dictate what staff can and cannot come.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I also, if you look under the hirings, the Manticore has been placed as a non-guild craftsman, master craftsman equivalent. His facility is at large because he basically is there to work on special projects with you guys. So he is not like, So, that being said, well, we'll get into this in a moment. So the point is, in our previous episode, Morwill announced that he actually kind of needed to take a little bit of he needed a little more time. He's still going to work here, still a partner, still will go every day with Sheen to, bring back Amethyst and keep that thing being built. But he did need to, have more predictable hours, regular hours. So he is actually going to see to, running the signature studio. So that meant that not only were you hiring 3 staff who would work there, one of the new staff needed to replace him on the key thing, because you didn't quite feel like any of your other crafters were sort of up to the level that you would have sort of promoted them to be, on the sort of custom piece staff, the job that most of you sort of that you guys run. So after talking to reviewing many candidates, you narrowed it down to Gorza, an Orig Steel Druid, Lighthouse, the Living Beacon, a nautical-themed hero of Earth, who sings shanties, and we'll be hearing lots of those in the game.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. This is what I'm most excited for.
For Zelda Quirk, a Brickborn, who Mr. Glurk's true, the sudden and aggressive bigotry of Mr. Glurk came out as a plasmoid.
Sudden is
only against Brickborn.
Yep, and then... There's 2 things I can't stand: intolerance and the Dutch. That's
exactly.
Austin Powers 3. So written line. And then of course the last was the Manticore, a sort of magical mastermind of Earth who is very adept, but probably wouldn't be a great fit for you. Even though actually plenty of people said he might be. A lot of other people were like, no, he kind of was down there. But upon speaking to all of them, realizing what you needed, seeing the quality of work, you decided that though the Manticore was kind of a worse fit, Shelda Quirk was going to be the worst fit just because she had kind of a chip on her shoulder and was you just didn't want to deal with her. So you did not hire her. You moved some things around so that Udamata, who had been your alchemist, is now going to work at the signature studio as the tinker, along with Cherish, a tiefling who'd been working in the sort of workshop. Lighthouse is going to replace Cherish. Gorza, though Gorza came in as a steel druid who does smithing, and Gorza, for the record, if you ever we need 1 extra smith, we're going to pull Gorza for the thing, you could do that. But Gorza's taking over as your alchemist, and the Manticore is taking over for Will as kind of your 6th, or your 5th kind of dedicated custom crafter. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, and he was by the way, I can work on my own projects here off hours, right? Great, cool, perfect. Rubbed hands this way.
We told him that anything created using our tools inherently belongs to us as a collective.
You did, but then you backed off of that because that was Sheen said that as a joke because he probably doesn't want that on him either.
That is I couldn't imagine a monster system like that.
No one would do such a thing. Then you very rapidly crafted. I called it the Pendant of Eternal Wings. For a hero of Earth, Eternal Flame, basically giving her wings. You scored an obscene victory for that one. Well over 65 average, the highest average we've ever had for anything. Largely because everyone just threw all the dice they had because it was just 1 round at the end of the night. She just wanted to fly, now she can't fly through space. She's basically the Phoenix. She has the it's a pendant of the Phoenix Force.
Which Phoenix?
Like X-Men.
No, but which depiction of the Phoenix?
In X-Men?
Are we talking
probably
X-Men Last Stand or Dark Phoenix?
We're talking about the comic books, or if you must, the cartoon. So basically you gave that to Eternal Flame. She was very grateful. And you guys think a lot of Earthers are gonna sort of come and want to get magical items from you guys. So well done. But now, this week, and this is probably newer information for Reginald and Mr. Glurk, with all of these successes, you're going to need to sort of do some sort of the more sort of corporate some you're not taking a crafting project this week. Well, there might be some spreadsheeting, it's possible, but you either your choices were either to go on a corporate retreat that is very exclusive, that both Radlin House and QDL have done in the past. None of you were ever invited. You weren't senior enough, but they have done them in the past. Or you could tackle the very taxing but certainly would raise your profile process of holding the High Tide brunch for the Worshipful Company of Arcane Artisans. The vote was in, and you elected to go on the retreat. In no small part because you did not really want, like, Quintessa Deluxe snooping through Farsight Manor. Or at least some of the people who voted and told me that was part of what was guiding them to vote certain ways. So the point is, it was literally a like 2/3 of the votes. I think it was exactly like 16-8 voted for.
Where are we gonna have this corporate retreat?
The corporate retreat. So we will
mountain campground.
It's on an island actually. Is it an island? I know it's at a
underground.
Oh no, I guess it is not technically on an island. I was always thinking of Crete.
It's a peninsula.
It's probably on more of like a peninsular kind of area. I guess we'll anybody have any questions? Or anything I forgot? We'll vamp for a second for Pierce to return. Grievances. Anything you'd like to complain about to me, or about not my fault or my fault either way.
The airing of grievances.
The airing of grievances.
Wait, so just in game.
Yes.
When we have all these votes, like when we did our last game, that was like, the spirits and like the divinations, kind of like pointing us in. What is the vote representative of now? Is it like our hirelings?
Well, actually, that's a good question. I think in many cases the vote is it's kind of all Lustra. It's kind of like Lustra, like you've empowered Lustra to do the research and see what makes the most sense. It's not the divinations of Henry. I think it's just Lustra's choice. It's Lustra's analysis of.
Got it.
This is the most, and interestingly, last week's was a unique one because typically Lustra, whatever gets the most votes, that's just what she sees the most positive attributes for, so that's what she presents you. Last week she told you what the vote totals were, but then let you guys make the choice, and that's why a supervillain's on your crew now.
Reformed.
Well, he hasn't reformed yet, but he's
reforming.
He's willing to.
Soon to be reformed.
Well, not too soon.
But that's something. And if or maybe he'll reform us.
If he's already like teetering, it could be soon.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, here's a question I will ask as we prepare.
Ren could finish the job, is all I'm saying.
She could change him?
Yeah.
Here's a question, friends. Is the Manticore going to be in this staff meeting? Like, are you bringing him into the staff meetings? Or is he not? Like, does he come in with you guys in Lustra for your sort of discussions of what's up?
I think so.
Faunnelin, that's a no from Faunnelin. Well, it's a no from KJ. Faunnelin would.
Well, he's not a partner.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's partners and Lustra.
But
Perfect.
I would say that, like, when we're crafting and stuff, he's like he's doing his. Yeah. He's like Will equivalent, except not a partner.
Understood. Okay, so not invited to the staff meeting.
Well, it's not a staff; it's a partner meeting.
Partner meeting. Oh, good point. Partner meeting. Senior staff.
It's for the people who own the stake.
If there was a staff meeting, he would come. He'd be invited.
The only person who is regularly there, who is not a partner, is Lustra.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay, cool. So it is the partner meeting for the week. You certainly
and I guess
know.
Faunnelin is sometimes there and sometimes meandering.
Faunnelin's like there, and also I guess I will say
mentally that's a different thing, but physically she is
yes
there.
And even though it is only for partners, sometimes Faunelin does bring in Maria, so she's there. Just kidding, she's never there. Just kidding, she is sometimes. If it makes sense, just kidding. It never makes sense, but she'll be there anyway. Just kidding. It doesn't make sense, and she won't be there, but you'll never not know. At the morning partner meeting, Lustra comes in. Now, you all understand that she had kind of, given you the heads up as you were finished, except last week she says, good morning, everyone. I also just want to apologize for my behavior last week. I know that I was being just very morose, and I do apologize. So.
As long as you learn from your mistakes.
I really appreciate your forgiveness, Reginald. So I hope that you are happy with your new hires. So far, I haven't really heard. Well, to be honest, we have heard a few complaints about the Manticore, but
complaints.
they're
What sort of
not.
complaints?
Well,
You see
just
that pendant? It was one of our best yet.
indeed, his crafting was great. It's more that he is. Everyone says it's been a small thing. That's just when I've asked. He's kind of, he sort of just will wander around he doesn't really have an office or a dedicated workspace. So he's been just kind of wandering into to places and people have been just a little confused by him. So they are very minor complaints, but I can speak to him about that if you'd like.
Does Will have an office?
Now it's the signature area.
Are there, out of character, are there complaints against Faunolin? Because she does the same fucking thing.
Out of character? The Manticore is not on the top 5 people who have the most complaints.
Yeah, who does have our most complaints?
Well, okay, that's complicated. The naked
Easily
elf.
Maria.
The naked elf is the first one, and then Faunolin's the second, so she's technically the top 2.
Wait a minute. Who is the naked elf if Faunolin isn't?
No,
the
Faunolin
naked
is the naked elf. It's just when people are like,
Oh.
"Who's that naked elf?" Oh, it's like they
Oh.
Oh, so the
elf.
top
Faunolin
2
has
are
the
Faunolin.
Yeah.
most complaints. Oh,
Top 2.
No. Okay.
And then it's Maria, and then it's Faunolin again. And then, because of late, it's the mystery mage.
Oh, yeah.
So she says he's been wandering a bit. I can speak to him if you'd like me to. But I know that some of you heard rumblings that you asked me to investigate whether or not we should attempt to host the Worshipful Company of Arcane Artisans High Tide Brunch. After looking into it and realizing sort of what would be required, I deemed it probably not worth our trouble. Though it would come with a raise in prestige, it was probably going to come at considerable cost and slow us down and other ways. So instead, however, because so many other people are booked at that time for various high tide events, I guess I should say high tide is like a a celebratory period in Ys.
Oh.
Kind of
Isn't it always high tide because they're under the water?
You are, but this is when it is sort of, it's like celebrating midsummer in like the desert, what's the difference? So because of this, I was, however, able to get us a last minute cancellation, the slot due to a last minute cancellation, for the Hall of the Double Axe. Now, all of you have heard of the Hall of the Double Axe. None of you have ever attended it, but it is sort of like a maze-like structure, a labyrinth, where the Minotaur King resides, and companies and groups and guilds and collectives will often go there to kind of like do it as a team-building exercise. And so basically, Lustra is telling you, I was able to book that for High Tide. So rather than hosting the brunch, we'll be taking sort of for the High Tide holiday a little trip there. Obviously, there's going to be team building exercises. I was told, obviously, I even arranged QDL's trip when they went last. I know none of you were invited. None of you made the cut for that, but
I didn't want to go then, anyways.
Of course not. But do you want to go now?
I like labyrinths.
And Asheen, I know that Radlin House had also gone as well. I don't believe you got to attend on any of the occasions they went, but
No, never was upper management or even middle management.
understood. So, you guys are going to go to this event. The four
I
of
do
you.
like the idea of a former dungeon being turned into a tourist attraction.
I think that's sort of, or like a.
It was like the Winchester Manor or something.
Yeah.
Or like kissing the Blarney Stone or something.
Exactly.
Or I guess the Queen Mary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Queen Mary is good. Will would like to stay here and just kind of, keep production going through. Obviously, High Tide itself will give everyone a day off, but for the sort of, the surrounding time, Will would like to stay and keep working. So, that means we can continue producing our signature pieces. So basically, I wanted to check with you about what you would like us to continue doing here for the sort of... this won't be like a full week, but, kind of whether it's a 10-day or a week or this is just kind of like a few days, we always sort of treat it the same, So, so what would you like us to do for the Bastion actions? And also, who else obviously the 4 of you should be going, but you'll need to decide who else of the staff you want to go, presumably people who you are not involving in sort of keeping things running here.
Is Will's just a permanent bastion action of the signature studio
Yes,
now?
Will, you do not have to spend a bastion action to do that. The only way you'd spend one is if I'll even phrase like this, you don't have to spend one, but you could direct him to either do the signature piece or the special edition.
Or if something bad happens to Will, like something bad always happens to Jeremy's characters.
That's true. Yeah, if Will has the luck of all Jeremy's characters, then somebody else has to call it.
Well, I mean, realistically, I feel like the Manticore should go.
He would probably benefit the most from team building since he's on our level.
Anyone we didn't assign to the signature thing feels like because we didn't assign any of the new.
Is there like a limit?
Well, it is, and also if you want to bring the entire staff, I mean, we can even see if Will would be willing to. If you want to bring everyone, we can shut down.
No, yeah.
So it's a question of, like, for example, do you want to keep the showroom open so that our, where are they? The dealers. Like, do you want Briny Piece of the Puzzle and Springbell still selling items over the weekend? Because if you do, you'd have to use your Bastion action to keep the showroom running. Otherwise, you'll bring them. If you want the kitchens going, you'll need the, et cetera, et cetera. So it's basically which parts of the business do you guys want to keep going? And if you want to, you can expend your D20 and add an extra Bastion action.
Already planning.
There you go. All right. So yes. And you could also hold off on that if anybody's like, I'd really rather keep more people. I'd really have more people come with us. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. So does anybody? I guess it sounds like you want to bring everyone you're not keeping working. Is that correct?
And maybe we just leave Maria behind too. Just
You don't want to bring Maria?
Well, I feel like there's a lot for her to do here.
I understand.
I feel like we should bring our new employees. It feels like they would benefit the most from sort
We need
of
to bring everybody.
Manticore, Lighthouse, and
I think
and I forget the Steel Druid's name.
Orza.
Orza, thank you.
Okay.
Orza.
Because it feels like that would help them integrate into the group.
I think they're doing fine.
I guess certainly bringing Gorza if you're okay with the laboratory being dark for a few days, that's fine. If you wanted to bring, if your plan were to bring Lighthouse because you want sort of that, does that mean you want to shut down the entire workshop and bring all of the artisans because Lighthouse, that's really the crew he should be
I don't know. It sounds like he's pretty valuable there.
Sure.
Well, the workshop's only for when we have like custom pieces, right? The normal working stuff is the signature piece.
No, you can always.
So I'm just saying that it's fine. That
sorry.
I feel like we.
All joking aside, there is a Bastion action, which is craft magic items. They're not going to be high end signature pieces, but that crew will just work on like a wand of magic missiles or something while you guys.
That sounds important.
Yeah.
Maybe let's figure out what we want to keep open.
Sure.
And then we can figure out who we're bringing.
So Vonlin's like, so I'm voting for the workshop guy.
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to? So Oshin, you said you had 2 you might want to do. So which 2 do you want to do?
Oh, I was gonna say that I wanted to keep the place open to sell. So I wanted to keep our shop open, but I also was going to spend one because I wanted the kitchen to stay open because I wanted them to also start planning a like special menu for like a celebration of our expansion when we get back.
Okay, just for you guys?
No, like as a promotional thing, like.
Oh, okay. To be served in the pub. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so actually roll your
You gotta
d20.
Yeah.
Get a 20.
If you get a 20, you don't lose it.
It's a 6.
Okay, well you
It's
lose
almost
it.
a 20.
But very good. All right, so Asheen, you've done those. Mr. Glurk. So the kitchens and the storeroom will stay open.
Kitchen and storeroom. Is this holiday one where like people are still out and about, or is it one where people like stay home? Because like
Is that a bank holiday or is
like should the pub be open for like people to come in? Or
Honestly,
should,
the
like...
pub being open would not be a bad thing. And actually, since the kitchens are staying open anyway, having the pub open means they could be serving
But
food.
like, I didn't want to have it open if no one's gonna like show up.
People would show up for sure.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's keep the pub open.
Money never sleeps, Mr. Clark.
It's like Chinese restaurants on
that's what I'm
Christmas. There's always somebody. It's fine.
We got to keep getting that
Understood.
money.
I will say in that case, yes, when Riva is told she's not going on the corporate retreat, Riva is very happy. As far as the cooks, Kiro, he's just cool with whatever. That's the turtle who's just the like instinctive cook. Naval is very disappointed. He wanted to go out, but he'll never show it. And Zogo didn't really understand what you were talking about. As for your dealers, Briny is probably disappointed not to go. Piece of the Puzzle is probably disappointed not to go. Springbell doesn't care. Actually, Springbell is happy if the cooks are staying because that means he'll get extra food. So there you go. So, Mr. Glurk has spoken. Asheen
And I
has
might do a
spoken
20
twice.
thing,
You might
depending
throw
on
a
where
20
we end
on?
up.
Understood. All right, Reginald?
I don't really have any. You know what? I want to bring as many people to the retreat, so I won't force anyone to go with us. In addition to what the others have said.
Understood. Okay.
Team building.
Team building. You're like,
Well,
yeah,
I mean-
come on, Archivist.
Although if you're not going to do one, then maybe Pierce can take his 20 back.
I would allow that, yes.
Oh, I see.
Oh, have that be my
Yeah.
again.
So,
Yeah.
Reginald, you kept the kitchens open.
All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, so now it all comes down to Fonelin. Now, Fonelin...
Wandering just
now,
like Fonelin.
Fonelin could be like, I pick no one. Or, no, Fonelin's going to say that. Workshop.
She has absorbed Fonelin's essence into
Exactly.
her.
I mean,
so she's
how
wandering.
are we doing on like our inventory of generic items
Generic items, you're not
and
like...
potions?
Potions, you're fine.
I'm doing my normal stuff, the meditation.
Meditation. Oh, so does that mean are you gonna have you'll need one of the gardeners to stay to do the meditation?
Yeah,
Do you want them or both to stay?
I thought both. But
Okay. So you're not bringing Maria?
I mean, she's been voted off or whatever.
You didn't want me to go? That's fine. Actually, it's not. I'm really heartbroken. Just kidding. I don't have a heart. Just kidding. I have a heart. It just doesn't beat.
Mr. Glurk didn't want her to
Just
go.
kidding. It beats sometimes. Oh,
Nobody
Mr. Glurk
else-
didn't want me to go. Oh, you didn't
But
want me to go?
he didn't put a vote for it, so you don't have to put a vote for yourself. You don't want to.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mr. Glurk, you didn't want me to come? That's fine.
No, your services are needed here.
Oh, are they?
We wouldn't want you to be away.
Well, I wouldn't
The
want to be away
meditation,
either.
the
Actually, I
meditation
would.
garden's such a draw.
That's true. Okay.
Guess
So
that
you were
means
saying
sea
that
shanties are happening.
We
Around the
don't have
campfire.
many of like generic items.
You're
Also, how can you celebrate high tide without sea shanties?
you're fine to get through high tide, and you have the signature piece. They're producing those still, so you'll have plenty of, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I don't need to use a 20 to make sure we're.
Well, also you specifically want Gorza to come, so you kind of can't, like, produce more potions. Yeah. If you wanted just like odds and ends, bits and bops, you would have to do either the workshop or the smithy. So just so you guys are still putting out some stuff. If that's worth your 20, go for it. Otherwise, sounds like we have your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right.
I guess next high tide, those who missed out this time can go.
Sure. Or, who
Is
knows?
it a low tide?
There is probably, but here there really isn't. That's like Christmas in the desert. It's like,
Yeah, but still like a celebration.
I'm sure it's a celebration of some kind.
Yeah, so
all right.
you get to go to high tide, you go to low tide.
There you go. All right. So we will. So it sounds like with that, you guys will take most of the staff with you.
Are we?
Unless there's other people you want to leave behind just in general. But as far as I can tell, you are taking Asthenos and Tarwin, your smiths. You're taking. Oh, do you want to? Your property manager can stick around if you want. Quoden. We haven't really done much with him, but do you want to invite him?
He should probably stick around.
Okay. You're gonna bring. So Udamata, Morthwill, and Cherish, they're staying. Quoden's staying. Asthenos and Tarwin are coming. That's 2. All 5 of your artisans: Drackley, Ian, Jaramin, Lighthouse, and Xerxes. So that gets us to 7.
They're coming?
They're all coming. Yeah.
Alright.
Everyone's
I
coming.
want Maria to go. If the fucking lighthouse guy is going, Maria's going.
But you said we wanted all of our new hires to be part of this.
I said Manticore.
Okay. So just my understanding was I thought you guys said let's bring everyone we're not specifically staying for a specific job.
Fine, whatever.
But you don't need both Maria and Velix to stay for the meditations. One of them could come if you wanted.
So if you want to cancel out Lighthouse, you can bring along Maria if you want.
That's not going to cancel out. Then the whole game is just Philip doing Lighthouse and Maria.
Not the whole game. Just
you could choose to have the Smiths run instead of the guard.
Bring Velix.
You'll bring Velix. Okay.
Also, Manticore seemed a little on edge with Maria.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
All right. So that means Asthenos, Tariwin, Udamana, Morthwill, Boxane. That means Drackley, Ian, Jaramin, Lighthouse, and Xerxes are all coming. Velix is coming, but not Mario. Briny, Piece of the Puzzle, and Springbell will stay. Kiro, Naval, and Zogo will stay. Also Revo will go. Gorza will come, as will the Manticore.
I thought Riva had to.
But so Gorza, the Manticore, and Flynar, they're all coming. But Reva's sticking around. Now, there's actually one last staff member that it's up to you if you want them to come. I will say that they're not bringing. Is Lustra coming as well, or do you want Lustra to keep an eye on things here?
Come.
Yeah, Lester can come. But in the interest of commerce, I think we should keep the Smiths going. So
you do want to use your D20 after all.
I'll use that to. I'll roll again, but I'll use that to keep.
Okay.
18, but so that that will keep them going and making our mundane things. If we're going to keep the place open to sell stuff, we should keep the supply being made as well.
Okay.
All right.
So Athanos and Tarwin are not coming. Perfect. Okay. All right. So they're gonna stick around, and the smithy you can, yeah. they can do some magic. Well, you know what? They're going to get advantage on their roll, so maybe they'll be able to do roll high. Who knows what they'll do. So in that case, Mr. Glurk, Asheen, Faunolin, Reginald, Drackley, Ian, Jaraman, Lighthouse, Xerxes, Velix, Gorza, the Manticore, Flyner, and Lustra head to the Hall of the Double Axe.
That on East itself? Or are we taking a bus, company bus over there, chartered?
The 14 of you you'll have to take a boat.
All right. Hall of the Double
Axe, A-X-E.
Ah, okay.
All right. So, as you guys sail to the Hall of the Double Axe, you tell your staff, tell the smiths to keep smithing. You tell your salespeople to keep selling. You tell Riva to keep spirits high and flowing. You tell, Maria to be well and guide everyone in meditation. And you tell, your storeroom staff to keep going in the kitchen to make some fun food. So, and Will is actually there, kind of, so in case anything goes really wrong, he is a partner. He could, make a decision. Nothing's ever gone wrong letting a rock gnome handle things after all. So, after a little bit of travel, you guys soon find yourselves coming up the coast towards sort of the mainland, where you see this beautiful, well-manicured structure. Although you can tell that it does seem sort of maze-like, even just looking at it, like it could be very confusing. As you guys are sailing, just to make sure that Faunelin's getting what she wants out of this, Lighthouse is definitely singing some rousing sea shanties. As you guys go. So, I won't sing them, but the point is you're hearing them. How's he doing?
In my head.
He's doing pretty good. I rolled a 15, so he's got some bonus to that, so he's doing great. So, you make landfall. Lustra kind of steps off, and she'll sort of speak to, there's a couple of people coming down, some kind of like some resort staff retreat to move forward. And she'll sort of speak to them for a moment and sort of gesture everyone and say, all right, so yes, our accommodations are up here this way, and we'll begin the sort of team building exercises shortly after that.
Yay! Reginald is really excited for this.
In order to...
Faunolin has already wandered off.
Oh, understood. Okay.
Immediately off the boat and we lose Faunolin. Like, how?
And she's completely gone. All right. So, let's see. We have Faunolin, Drackley, Jaraman, Velix, and Lustra. So there's 5 women. Well, whatever, that's fine. You even the staff are even you, the idea is that you guys are gonna all have roommates in the accommodations. So she said you guys can choose who your roommates are, and she'll assign the rest. So Faunolin, I don't know if you're buddies with Velix and you'll just pick Velix, or if you want to pick someone else.
Definitely buddies with Velix, but she doesn't care.
Okay.
Except for the lighthouse, so yes, she will be.
Velix?
Yes.
Rooms with Velix. Glurk?
Does Glurk even need a room?
He doesn't need a room. That's true. You can room with one of your other people and just slurp somewhere else so they have their own room.
Yeah, I could just.
Wait, is there an even number of people here with us?
Mm-hmm. There's you've booked, well, actually technically you've booked 8 rooms, so 2 people could have their own rooms.
And how many of us are here?
There are 14 of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just make a little blob somewhere and be fine.
All right. I don't know. Reginald and Asheen, are you guys just going to claim your own rooms?
I'll room with Manticore.
I love it. Okay.
I'll room with Lighthouse.
Lustra kind of like blinks at this and then definitely just gives herself a room
All right,
to
I'll
herself.
take my own room to.
Okay, yeah, fine. Mr. Glurk.
Funneling.
Glurk gets his own room.
Oh no, or should I room with Lustra?
Yeah.
You can room with Lustra. She's gonna like.
Can I? Okay.
You're gonna
Bottomland
break
has
her
that
heart.
spell that can create the room, right?
Oh, your demiplane?
Yes. So can
Great.
Lustra and I forgot her name, Bellatrix?
Velix?
Felix be roommates, and then Fauntleroy just create a door to be a third room, third bedroom, and then
Okay. I'll just say Lustra.
Can't you just get a connected room?
Yeah, Lustra, Velix, and
that.
Faunalin will room together through dimensional shenanigans. Okay? Upon hearing that, Lustra's like, oh, okay. That, totally, okay. And Velix is just kind of with, Velix, who's like a siren.
Except I don't think she heard that. I think Fauntleroy's wandering, so Fauntleroy's just gonna put her room up there eventually at some point.
And Velix is just Velix just takes Lustra and says, don't worry. Also, she's a siren, so like her eyes are all black and she's always otherworldly, but whatever. If you look at them, Maria seems like the normal one, but then they start talking. Cool. All right, so Manticore and Lighthouse are rooming with partners. Glurk has his own room. Lustra, Velix, and Faunalin, who knows what's going on there. I don't need to figure out who exactly is rooming together of all the other people. So,
Just a quick question.
please.
Because this is a new spell, I forgot I had it, but could I have, as part of the preparation of this, left a simulacrum of myself behind to help with just negotiating sales and things like that?
Sure.
Okay. Just to help run the like the show floor, basically.
Oh my god, okay, well, let's see, yeah, so you having a simulacrum is great, because if we roll terrible for how the staff does, and then you guys can come back to the, like, community gif of the thing on fire, there could just be, like, a half-melted Asheen, like, on fire,
Right.
that Troy can have a pizza for, yeah.
That's
All
why
right,
the
so-
property manager's there.
Exactly. Yeah, Quoden's there. Yes, it's fine. But actually having a simulacrum of Osheen's a good idea. Okay.
Without Reginald there, I can instruct him to use all the distort value and suggestion and mental manipulation he wants to close sales.
There you go. All right. So, well, that's great. Okay. So, anybody, you guys have a little bit of time to settle into your sort of rooms and make sure everything's, like you are meant to relax on this event, but as the team building exercises, they're getting ready for those. You kind of hear like a bell toll, and Faunalin, are you even in the room at this point, or you're just all over the place?
Is this the same day?
It's like you land, you have an hour or two to relax, and then you're about to start doing stuff.
I guess she would have gone up eventually to unpack, which is just setting up the room.
Oh, understood. Okay, cool. All right. Well, kind of as you come in, and Lustra's just like really like confused about, like, so what's going on? And Velix is just sort of staring at her unsettlingly, and then Faunalin walks in, and Lustra's
I
like,
think
"Oh
we're
dear."
here for a retreat.
Well, yes, that yes, we are. Oh, I hear the bell. Let's go. Okay, we can all not be in this room to. Oh dear. Oh wow, you both smell so good. Okay. Anyway, so she'll walk out. Wow, what products do you all use? And the siren says, "It's weird not being in water because I still move like this." So, that didn't answer my. Okay. Okay. So as you guys head out, the sort of bell is ringing, and you come to there's like a nice little sort of like courtyard right in front of this sort of. You're staying in you're connected to the structure, but like the actual sort of thing that looks like a real labyrinth is more sort of far apart. But there are a few staff members standing there, but there is an elf, more of like a wood elf type Fonolin, than a sort of the high elf that you are. But as she's sort of standing there, she kind of nods to you all, and will say, "Hello, everyone, and welcome."
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Hall of the Double Axe. We are so glad that we were able to accommodate you all for High Tide at such a late time. We had a cancellation, and this worked out perfectly. And the fact that you're a sort of a smaller party is perfectly fine. We often have groups of over 40 or 50 people come. We could even have 100 if we needed, but a small intimate gathering like this will be very, very effective. We're going to begin with a team building exercise, and is it right? Do I understand that you are all magical crafters?
That's right, indeed.
I'm so
The
glad
best
to hear it.
crafters.
Oh, well, not yet you're not. Once you engage in these team building exercises, you could be even better. Even better than Quintessa Deluxe, who's attended on many occasions. She pauses for a moment and kind of gestures to a ring. See that? It's a one of a kind QDL.
Hope you didn't pay much for that one.
I didn't. She gave it to me as a gift.
That's good.
So, what I would yeah, go ahead, Ashin, if you had a comment.
No, there's just a lot of I don't know, I'm not actually like spitting on the ground at the mention of the name, but that's basically the demeanor.
Yeah. So, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and.
Or like right in front of the labyrinth maze or something.
Yes, and we're going to begin with a very common team building exercise, which is simply finding your way through the maze, working together. Sort of going down some of the paths and seeing if you can determine where you're going. We have a little dinner inside for you partway through the maze that we'll be dining there. So, let's just see how well you work together.
Wait, what? Is there not even like one of those compass tools or anything, or just sending us in there?
I'm going to be observing the methodologies by which you navigate. Just to see how you work as a team. Given that there's so few of you, I often will break people into groups, but we could break into some smaller groups if you wanted. Maybe 2 groups, sort of half and half, as you just go through, and we'll see who can make it to dinner. Wonderful. Oh, my name is Hysissa.
Hysissa?
Yes, I should have said that when you first arrived. But there were so few of you.
Hysissa.
Oh yes, Hysissa. You're fine.
Is there a H at the front of that or not?
Hysissa, yes.
All right.
Hysissa.
Oh, not Sissa.
What?
So it's not Sissa. It's Hysissa. Oh, okay.
Hysissa.
Hi, Hysissa.
Lustra is just kind of. Like,
These are the people you threw in with Lustra.
Yeah. So, you're gonna split into 2 teams. So we'll say one team is the 4 of you, and I don't know, just for fun, we'll say just randomly Manticore, Lighthouse, and
Gorza.
Gorza or Lustra. And we'll say Gorza. Yeah, sure. So the Manticore sort of steps over and goes, "Oh, well, I guess I am getting paired with you after all. Wasn't sure if you'd want me down with sort of the sturdy working class crew. So, we must find our way through this maze. I'm just here to help, so I won't take the lead or anything, even though I totally could, because I'm a mastermind. Gorza will say, "Oh, this place is nice. It's nice to be out in nature."
Wait, it's a maze?
Yeah, it's like a
Literal
maze,
Minotaur's maze, yes.
Hope you guys have a leash for faunaling.
No.
Oh no.
Figure it out.
Oh, I love
I
that.
got rope.
And Lighthouse will say, I've made my way through a few mazes now and again. Don't you worry, Fodlin, I won't let anything happen to us in there. Not that you couldn't handle yourself, I'm sure. You're a very powerful warlock, is what I've been told. So I know you know what you're doing.
Just
Where's she going?
the question.
Is she supposed to be walking off on her own like that?
Yeah, she does that.
The lock.
Nope, my equipment didn't have rope in there. Huh, interesting. Well,
So is there a...
just
Someone's a warlock?
huh?
Who's a warlock?
Who's a warlock?
Yeah, Lighthouse said someone's a very powerful warlock. Who's a warlock?
Isn't Fodlin?
I'm
Oh,
fauna.
are you a warlock?
What?
Yeah.
I'm an elf.
Sorry, where?
No, but what's your profession?
I craft with you guys.
Fallon, where does your magic come from?
The fairies.
Oh,
Oh.
no. All right,
Okay.
good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Actually,
Glad we
you
signed
know
a
what?
binding contract before this.
I cannot believe I'm about to do this because I really want the shenanigans of this, but this genuinely isn't how this would go down. Lustra will say, maybe just watching Faunalin, not that Faunalon's distressed, but because Lustra cares for Faunalin so much, he actually cares for KJ. Lustra also, because the following makes more sense. Lustra will be like, oh, actually, Lighthouse should probably be with the rest of the crafters in the workshop.
Oh, but I needed my shanties.
I know. He'll say, don't you worry, you'll hear me singing them from the... Maybe I'll help guide you through when you hear my siren call. And Felix goes, I called who? What happened?
Nah.
Like, oh,
So
be
is this
still in
like
my
a-
heart. You're a real siren. Oh, I loved a siren once. Yeah, how could you not?
It's like a race. Whoever gets there first wins.
High Sister will say, it's not a race, but I'll certainly be interested in which side gets there first. She has, like, big clipboard energy, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
you feel like you're going to be very judged by everything she
All
does.
right. So we're gonna do the passing by high fives to the other team, and before we
Yeah.
go to different entrances to the maze.
You know, I'll say it'll be Manticore, Gorza, and I'm going to throw Flynar in with your guys' team.
All right.
All right.
Flynar.
So anyway, Flynar will just say, "Oh, this is going to be very exciting. I can't wait to write about this later in my, cozy room, because I hate being outside. Have I ever mentioned that? Don't worry.
Is there magic for this?
You can use whatever you want.
So it's
So-
not like we just have to really walk through the maze. We can get through it however we get through it.
You can get through it however you get through it.
Follow-up question. Can Faunalin fly when she casts etherealness?
Well, here's the important question. Since I have a mask that just gives me fly speed,
Yeah.
do the walls go all the way to the ceiling?
No, it's like open air.
Oh.
You can just
It's like
fly
a
up.
hedge maze, right?
Yeah, it's like a yeah. I don't think etherealness gives you flight. I think it just
But like
puts
I'm
you
in a
in.
dream or like, a fake plane or whatever.
Well, yeah, you could just go through them.
So you go to the ethereal plane.
Yeah, I could go through, but that doesn't get you guys through. That gets me through.
Yeah.
So I need
would
to go
say-
up to
I
tell
would
you
say-
guys
Oh
where
no,
to
it
go.
says you can move up or down. It costs. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Because I was gonna say you could go through and then come back and tell us, but the idea that Follow would go and come back.
She cannot tell you.
She'll etherealness and forget to come back to us.
The Manticore
Or
says.
she'll
happened to
come back and
Fallon.
just be like,
She went
"You
to
know
the
what?
ethereal
I
plane,
don't
but never
remember
saw
how
her
I
again."
got here. Never mind. And she'll have to keep going back up.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, all her spell slots are gone.
Well,
Oh, man.
all right. Are we
Onwards.
Wait.
onwards?
So
Great.
you can. So you can fly. You can go ethereal. I can polymorph, and you could just turn into a puddle. And so all of us could just pass through the walls one way or another.
It's not a hedge maze. It is a stone maze. So it's not porous, but it's like it is outside, so there's no roof to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. So all right. So at the very least, once we enter, I'll just fly straight up because my peregrine mask just gives me fly speed 60.
Yep. Make a perception check.
Dang it! Wise perception, not my stat.
Meanwhile, the Manticore says, "If it's all right, I'm just gonna try to find my way through the maze. Is that okay?"
It's supposed to be a team building exercise, Manticore.
All right. Well. How about I look? Well, you're flying, so.
18. Just flat 18, no bonuses because wisdom is 0.
You fly up and you see an area that has a. You see the area that has some food at it. Halfway through the maze.
It's in the middle of the maze.
No, it's like halfway through.
I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
What would be like
You could do survival or investigation.
I'll do an investigation.
Okay. I'll cast Borrowed Knowledge.
Okay.
To give myself for the next hour proficiency in survival.
Okay.
And we're not meditated because we're not there.
We do not have the advantage from
You don't.
meditating.
And Faunolin, are you etherealnessing yourself?
I can't go in and out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't pop in for the duration. Just do it once and then pop out.
I have to. If I go, I'm there for the 8 hours, which tracks for Faunolin, to be fair. But like,
Yeah.
I get it. We're trying to do something. So
33.
33. That's pretty darn good. Yeah. So Mr.
I'll
Glurk,
investigate.
Yeah, Mr. Glurk, you just start going through and like looking around corners and be like, not that one, this, but kind of look, kind of deducing. Asheen.
17.
17. Yeah, you're kind of you and Glurk, between the two of you, are kind of helping. Glurk, actually, go ahead and roll that at advantage because the Manicore has expertise in that as well, so he'll give you advantage on your roll in case you do better.
Nope, not better.
Okay, so kind of the Manicore is like kind of letting Mr. Glurk lead and just nodding occasionally at stuff. Asheen, you're keeping cardinal stuff. Reginald, are you just going there already? Are you landing first?
No, I'm trying to guide them because I can see the maze.
Okay, so you're guiding from above. You also see the other group going. But you also really hear them because Lighthouse is singing shanties. Faunolin, what are you doing?
following as best as she can.
Okay. Let's roll to see if you actually do. No, it's fine. It's fine. Do you think she's keeping up with them, or is she going off on tangents?
I assume that the tangents would be short-lived regardless, so yeah, she's keeping up.
Honestly, the fact that Reginald's there is probably keeping you.
And if Lustra's there, she's probably not going to let... Yeah.
Well, Lustra's with the other group.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Does Faunolin have to make a ADHD check?
Every 5 seconds. But...
All right. Well, I'll roll on behalf of the other team. Guess what? They don't hit a 32. So yes, and they don't have anyone flying to spot for them. So, Mr. Glurk, you do, you, Asheen, Manticore, eventually Faunolin, and Reginald, you guys all get there.
Well,
land down.
Look at that teamwork.
Yeah.
Oh, very impressive.
Well done.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Faunolin will cast Druidcraft
Okay.
and make a bunch of fairies just dance around. For fun, for vibes.
Yep, that was an integral part of it. Yeah, that's good.
Wait, what spells do I have as an art?
Yeah, you guys throw your spells out. In any case, Hysissa is fairly impressed. So I see you're willing to bring out all your magic. Do you do that a lot in your crafting? You rely on your spells? Your magical items?
Not especially, no.
Innate ability.
The Manticore.
Occasionally, if the item calls for a spell, and we or a particular magic field that one of us is, like if it's sort of a matter of suggestion, I have a lot of experience with that sort of magic.
Why wouldn't you use every tool at your disposal
but
if
generally
you're
speaking,
working professionally?
Generally speaking, it's just our innate ability of crafting.
Very interesting. Well, please enjoy your dinner. All right, so...
Where's the rest of the team?
Oh, they haven't made it here yet. You've gotten here faster. Reginald, are you also spotting for the other team, or are you only spotting for
Yeah, I'll
this
help
group?
him out.
Yeah, okay, they'll get here shortly thereafter.
It's like screams from within side. We find out there is a Minotaur.
Lester comes in like, oh, there was so much. Yeah, you guys get there. How do you guys always avoid the combat? You're the level 50.
The
we
only
might be, but I
survivor.
still have 48
They were
hit
going
points.
through some real Squid Games in there,
Yeah.
and we were over here just skipping it all.
Yeah. But they arrive, and everyone sort of says, impressive. Obviously, a smaller group like you can get through rather quickly, but most impressive that you all made it. Although, why does this one keep leaving? She's pointing at Faunnelin.
Kind of her thing.
Oh, well,
Looking for a spot to cast the bonfire.
she could really... no fires in the Mayf... Okay. In any case, there is a large meal set out before you all. Plates of food ready, kind of being uncloached as you all sort of are sitting down. And there are salt shakers next to all of the food. And Isis is just like, please enjoy the food. So what do you guys do?
Wait, what? There's a bunch of food and salt shakers next to each.
Salt shakers next to all the food. Yeah.
Marlon will just eat.
Okay. Do you put salt on the food?
Does it need salt? What is it?
Like some sort of like stew of some kind, some rustic but appropriate, like a seafood stew.
Probably not.
Okay. Let me
It
see.
doesn't have too much sodium, I guess.
Let me see who of your other.
Can I do an insight check on her? There's just something.
Sure. Reginald, what do you do? Actually, wait. I'll have Manticore do one as well. Manticore just sits down and kind of he'll pause.
It's a 19.
19. This is some kind of test.
You know what? I'm going. This all seems really sus. Can I investigate closely the salt shaker and or the food in front of me?
Absolutely,
Or
do an
both?
investigation roll.
21.
The salt shaker seems like a pretty typical kind of salt shaker. The meal seems fine, but you're peering at both. I will say, Asheen, as you're paying attention to this, certainly you notice like gripping a quill, like so excited. But it will actually be Lighthouse, who this will be delicious. Oh, a hearty seafood soup. He'll pick up a salt shaker and put some on, and she'll jot something down. Let's see if any of the others do. Yes. Oh, Flynar as well.
What, Flynar also does the salt?
Mm-hmm.
Or
And she jots a couple things down.
wait, I thought this was a team building exercise, not some sort of test for being judged. What the heck's going on here?
It all tastes the same to me.
Do you even have taste buds, Glurk?
No. I just eat.
You can manifest little bumps, but they don't really do anything.
You know
And I
what?
think since you're
Well,
resistant
is
to
the-
like poisons and stuff, you just eat and it
Yeah.
figure it out.
Is the test to share? Faunnelin will just pour her soup into whoever's next.
Oh, thanks.
You know what? Okay, so if I don't detect anything, weird or magical about this, I'm gonna default to Ysmir etiquette, whatever that may be, in this situation.
You would. Oh, I actually don't know what the etiquette would be. Yeah, you just start.
I eat it with the normal
Yeah, you just.
demeanor of a Ysmir.
Actually, I mean,
He's up when I'm drinking my soup, of
yeah,
course.
there's speaking stuff. There's no rule about it. Like if you think it needs salt, that's what the salt shaker is for.
Faunnelin is just sharing the bowl with Mr. Glurk now.
Okay, sure.
We're eating it as a team.
That's good work.
Lestra's just staring at Faunnelin like feeding Mr. Glurk, who's like he's like you know like, and the woman's taking little notes and things, and Lighthouse going, oh, it's delicious, oh, it takes me back to like a Cape Cod, a crab boil, or New England. God, a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale. I said I wasn't gonna sing at the table, but me singing's coming through.
Well, if he's talking about his past, I'm gonna share stories of me growing up at Ysmir Manor, whatever fancy meals, if at all, was happening.
Sure, and he's very intrigued. Oh, those sound delicious. And this is the manor where we're working out of. Is that right, me lad?
That is a branch.
Oh, I understand.
Ysmir.
Different side of the family. I understand. It's fascinating. I love the city of East. Love to see the salt of the sea all around you. It's a great time. Lustra.
Wait, if we're underwater, do we get wind at all? We don't ever get wind, huh?
There are probably some magical, breezes that are crafted for purposes. But yeah, you don't get in that way. Yes, Mr. Glurk?
It was just so the plasmoids each just feel sticking a glob in there and absorbing it, or
I do
making
think
a
that
mouth
I
and
do
dumping it in.
I suspect that you see stuff inside of Mr. Glurk just slowly dissolving.
Yeah, it is going through osmosis right now.
Yeah.
The soup is just spreading through you, so you're getting more soup throughout your body.
When you eat tomato soup, you get a slight purplish tinge. Yeah. But yeah, Fauneland Lustra, however, will sort of notice the woman and kind of look at you and say, Why are you feeding Mr. Glurk all your food, Fauneland?
Not all.
Oh.
It's a team building exercise.
Oh, I see. She kind of takes it. She'll take a spoonful of her soup and just hold it up to Fauneland
Fauneland will eat it.
Okay. And then she kind of looks at High Sissa, who's jot something down weird there. She shakes her head okay, that was wrong. If you guys finish eating, though, she says, excellent work. So, yes, if you're ready, we can move on to some of your other team building.
What did you write down on that clipboard there?
Oh, just some of my own notes.
Huh.
Well,
Cola, look at her notes.
You wanna come over to look? She kind of
No, Cola. Can Cola?
Oh, Cola can, sure. Roll a stealth roll for Cola. I think you use your own proficiency bonus and
14.
You rolled a 14? Okay. Find familiar now. I guess it uses its own stats. Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So it's a +8 to its stealth.
Red.
So 22. So yes. So basically, Cola looks, and it says that the notes that Cola will reveal to you, that Lighthouse and Flynar are considered impulsive and reckless, having failed the SALT test.
What's the test?
And Fauneland, Mr. Glurk, and Lustra should be flagged for inappropriate workplace relationships.
What?
Little does she know, Fauneland's on the top of HR's list back at
Fauneland's oh, I'm already on top.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Naked Me's on top.
No, the naked elf is on top.
Naked
And
Elf's
then
on top. Whoever that is.
She considers all the HR write-ups to be a scoreboard.
Yeah.
She wants to get all top 10.
Gotta get top.
No, she just sees it as
Arcade.
just like a report of what happened during the day. She has no idea that it's a bad thing.
If they're not talking about you, that's when you should be in trouble. All right. So yeah, that's what. So that's what Cola tells you.
Huh.
Oh, and Cola also, I guess. Do you want Cola to see what that lady's alignment is?
Yes. Always yes to that question.
She fails the thing. Her alignment is neutral or lawful neutral. Shocker.
Yeah, that's
Wow. No surprise.
And it's lawful in all caps with extra like underlined several times.
Yep.
Okay. She says, so, we have some more activities for you in this way. And she kind of leads you a little deeper into the maze. Once you get there, she says, we're going to engage in some trust falls. So, go ahead and get into pairs, and let's see how you, if you trust each other enough to catch you. Yes, Mr. Glurk.
Do I need to do this?
She says, oh, absolutely, but let's make sure that you're not with... She just really makes sure that Glurk, Faunolin, and Lustra are not together.
But, like, also, like, maybe someone small, you know? I'm supposed to catch somebody.
Are you worried that you can't... If we want to make sure that your staff members trust you, so you'll need to catch them. That's the exercise. It's a team building. Oh, sorry, I'm doing the Lustra voice. Yes, we want to make sure your staff are all very comfortable with one another, so yes, you'll need to catch them to show that it's trust.
I don't know if you've noticed, but
that you're a plasma
Yes.
creature? It's literally, I can't stop thinking about it.
the super still.
Yes, I see the... Oh, I think that's one of your... I think that's your friend's earring right there. Okay, never mind.
Nope.
So, please go ahead and get into pairs.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna be a fun gag is whoever I'm paired with, I'm gonna try to fall over, but since I just innately fly, I don't fall at all.
Sure. Lighthouse says, so yeah, who wants to try to catch me? It's a tough thing, but I trust any of ya.
You're a little too big for me, my man.
I understand, yeah. And Mr. Glurk,
I'll catch him.
All right, Reginald. All right, let's go. Arr, arr, arr. So they'll go.
All right.
Who are you going to catch, Asheen? Or otherwise, I'll just tell you who you wind up with in line.
Oh, I think you can just pair us. That's fine.
Very good.
We should trust each other. Everyone,
you will.
right?
You will catch Drackley, who's also a gnome. Mr. Glurk, you'll be paired
Smallest
with.
one, please.
What's that?
Smallest one.
You'll be paired with Velix.
Look at me. I'm not very. strong.
Velix is the lightest. She's not the smallest,
Okay.
but the lightest. Faunolin, yeah, so Reginald, you're with Lighthouse Faunolin. You will be with, the Manticore.
And also, I don't really need to be caught, so I don't really fall.
Velix just looks at you and goes, come to me, come to me, fall into my arms. Mr. Glurk, make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, wisdom save. Let's do it.
You're a rogue, so that's one of your least
25.
stats, right?
Yeah, that doesn't do anything to you. That being said, several of the other people all just go, "Ooh." And she doesn't catch any of them.
Actually, since I hear it too,
Yeah, you can make one as well. Faunolin, you're immune. Asheen, you can make one.
I roll a nat 1.
Yeah,
So-
Reginald, you just like fall.
So
like,
I'm trying to catch Lighthouse.
yeah, you're trying to
and I
catch Lighthouse, but
immediately
instead you
over
go back to her. But you also don't fall because you're flying. So then Lighthouse, and so yeah, there's a. Asheen, how'd you do?
14.
Yeah, you're fine. So anyway, she's just like, oh dear. Lighthouse goes, that's all right, me boy. I've been, and High Sissa just shakes her head. All right.
We have to switch.
Let's see. She says, all right, we'll stop that. It's time for our,
Oh, it's fine.
let's attempt. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, Fonelin. Do you want to just Fonelin catch the Manticore?
Oh right. He's significantly bigger than her, right?
Not crazy. He's not like a huge guy. He's very sort of like, you know, he'd be cast by some like handsome cheekboned dude, or like not handsome, like dashing, you know, like
Is he Timothy
Like Steve
Chalamet
Buscemi.
sized?
he's more Timothy Chalamet sized, sure.
Oh. Yeah.
Now she really doesn't want to catch him.
Okay, you'll catch me. Thank you so much for catching me. When Fonelin goes back to fall, Velix will be singing, and he'll be like, I'll roll to see if he catches Fonelin, or pretends. Well, first, wait. Oh, actually, he's charmed by Velix, so he drops Fonelin. Sorry, Fonelin.
All
Are we
right.
still outside?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. She'll just start looking at the clouds.
Oh, yeah. High Sissa just shakes her head and she says, "All right, let's attempt another let's
about
try
that
something
lighthouse.
else. I want us all to get into circles. Let's have 2 groups of 5 and 1 group of 4, and I want everyone to tell each other one thing you haven't told the other members of the group. It's a sort of a trust exercise, a sharing exercise."
Are we the group
Kind
of
of
4?
sure.
Or are we with Manticore?
That's however you guys want to do it. Do you guys want to all be together? Or do you want it to be the 4 of you plus Manticore?
Or spread out?
Or do you guys want to spread out throughout the group? It's up to you. Fonelin is clearly not making a decision.
I don't think Fonelin has ever not told anyone anything.
Yeah, this is Fonelin's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
She's
It's
there.
like, I'm too private for this.
Yeah. She'll literally answer any question
Yeah.
as long as she can focus enough to answer the question.
No, I craft with you guys. That's my... all right, so the point is, whether or not you guys break into stuff, people start sort of sharing various secrets and things. Do you want to all be together, or you want to be with some other bips and bops of people?
I think
I'd
we
like to
should
be
set
with-
I think we should spread out to,
Okay.
be an example to the team.
All right. We don't even have to get into the role play of it, but do you guys all share things?
I'll share whatever my most shameful thing I ever did at Ease University. At my alma mater.
I think you. Oh wait, I know it specifically. You were at. Where is the? There's a fancy academy. Hold on, what it's called? Merlin University.
Merlin U. MU.
MU.
ML.
Merlin City University. That's the one. you were
Merlin
thinking
City.
of, yeah.
MCU. Oh
Yeah,
no.
From Merlin U. All right. Fonelin, yes.
Fonelin is just gonna like pull out her diaries, I guess, and just start reading the first sentence and say, "Stop me if you hear something that you've never heard before." And then she will just like start reading go the first few lines of each page until like she thinks someone hasn't heard something.
No, I think I've heard them all. I think I remember all of these. Fallen in.
See, that was my worry.
Sheen Glurk.
I make something up.
Glurk lies. Sheen.
I will tell something that is mostly true about like some far off place where I traveled to learn my craft from an expert wood carver. It was pretty mundane. I will embellish the journey and the struggles I had to overcome. You know.
Okay.
I really had to pull myself up by my own bootstraps. I'm a self-made man.
Yeah. Gotcha.
No one helped me
Sure.
except for this person who taught me everything I know.
It's so.
And except for a
interesting.
$100,000 loan from my parents, interest free, of course.
I never got anything. I was on welfare. Nobody helped me. You know.
Love that.
So yeah, okay. So you guys tell some things. The Manticore. Actually, the Manticore admits to a heist he didn't do that he got credit for.
I like it. I like it.
It's like, I'll go ahead and tell you, yes, that impressive one, everyone credits me for that. I have no idea who did it, wasn't part of it. I even take the credit publicly, I have no idea. Hysissa's just shaking her head the whole time. All right. All right, well, that's enough for today. You can all go to bed.
Did we pass?
Well, I have to admit that, there seems to, well, you are the partners, you four here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, Lustra, right?
Well, she's not a partner.
She's not a partner.
Oh, okay.
But
She's
if you
an
want,
employee.
since she's your, like, kind of main coordinator, she can stick around if you
Well,
want.
there is also one partner back at home, but he's sort of holding down the shop.
I see. Lustra's like, you know, or do you want Lustra to stay? She's gonna talk to just you guys.
Lustra
That's
should
fine.
definitely stay
Okay.
because someone has to keep track of everything that's going on.
Yeah, because we won't.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. Manticore heads back, as does, you know, Lighthouse. They're led back to the stuff through the maze. Hysissa will say, so, I just wanted you all to know that, we see a lot of different sort of organizations, and I do understand you're a rather new business, is that correct?
I mean, we only started, in the past, couple of months?
New and thriving.
New and thriving. Well,
Tell your customers.
as far as I can tell, you have one of the strangest corporate cultures I've ever encountered.
Thank you.
Whatever is going on, whatever tension is between, she points to Glurk and Fondlin, this seems deeply inappropriate, and also you, if this
What?
is sort of some kind of sexual relationship between many of the partners in your staff, and Lustra goes, ha 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 ha. What? I don't. What, that's so funny and something no one's ever thought about.
Faunala's she's gonna look at Reginald. You and Oishin?
I don't recall, not from my ragers back in college.
What? There is what?
You'd remember.
Lustra is just like, no, there's nothing that I. Wait, what secrets did I tell? I didn't read from my diary or my creative writing journal, did I?
Yes, about that exercise. I'm so sorry. I tell everyone everything. It seems like there's nothing I could tell them.
That seems part of the problem. So the point is, we have certain sort of team building exercises.
That's why we're here.
Right, but I don't think they're going to work for any of you. However,
Because we're so good.
well, no, because you're so incredibly unprofessional. However,
What?
also, two of you failed the SALT test, which, quite frankly, I mean, I urge you to do the SALT test before any hiring. Do you know the SALT test?
Faunalin's gonna look at Reginald again. You and Oishin?
Never use salt.
I've never heard of this
taste
rule.
the food before you add the salt to it.
Correct, yes, and you had two of your staff who didn't know that, which means I don't understand what kind of operation you're running.
Tasted fine to me. Did yours need salt? Mine didn't need salt.
Well, the point is, you shouldn't salt the food until after you've tasted it.
I never salted it.
I never salt food ever.
Right, but
I mean, I'll eat the salt.
because
Was I supposed to?
because it dissolves you?
Well, to be
I was gonna say he'll shrivel up.
Wait, excuse me. Hi, sister. That might be a very inappropriate thing to say.
Oh, no one has had more sensitivity training than I.
Oh my gosh, you've come so far.
Thank
And what was wrong
thank
with
you.
Faunal and sharing her food? That was quite nice.
Well, there was something I found it.
We're working on it together as a team.
It felt far too intimate. Her hands were inside of you.
Whose hands aren't?
Well, I mean, it's very hard to feed him otherwise. Have you tried? You should try.
No, that's all right. Lustra says.
It doesn't hurt.
Lustra leans over to Reginald and goes, "I'm worried this isn't going very well."
Wait, I'm saying, Didn't we pay for this?
Yes, you did. So that is why. On the other hand, you found your way through the maze very quickly. So clearly, you're rather adept. So, I think that rather than continue these traditional techniques, I'm instead going to offer you the opportunity to simply attempt to navigate to the center of the labyrinth itself and speak to the Minotaur King. This is not something that I advocate for most groups, and it's very difficult, but if you
So we're advanced enough to just go straight to speak to the Minotaur King.
So we're better than all
I would not phrase it that way. I would simply say the only chance you have of gaining anything useful is from whatever he might be able to provide.
I didn't actually think there was a Minotaur.
Well, the Minotaur King, he lives at the center of the labyrinth.
Does he?
I mean, that makes sense.
Does he
for where
still do the
Minotaur King-
same things he did in history? All the stories I've read about the Minotaur King, sacrifices to him. Does he still do that?
No. Well, let's not worry about that. The point is,
Well, if you're
Does he
sending
like
this into him,
his
I think
stew?
that's a very pertinent question, actually.
Does he like his stew salted? Because he can't share the stew with Mr. Glurk if he likes it salted.
no, he doesn't eat stew. So
Then how will he
So does he
participate
eat-
in the team building exercise?
you're not going to do any more team building exercise. Your team building exercise is go speak to the Minotaur King, and explain that you've sort of, since you found, if you can find him, you'll be rewarded. He'll give you a boon.
Oh. All right.
Does
So we
he have a
aced everything,
difference?
and we get to go to the end.
Absolutely not what I'm saying. Basically the opposite of that. So tomorrow morning, I shall cancel all our other activities, and you can attempt to navigate the maze tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Would he
should-
rather share?
Is that
it
the
with
same
people?
price, seeing the Minotaur King, than the other activities?
You're not going to make it to him. No one does. But you're welcome.
Are
to
we
try.
the only ones that are going to be going to do it, or are the rest of our staff going to come with us?
Well, if you want the team building, I'd recommend you bring your staff. But if it is, I understand
The
14
stew.
might be a large number. So if you, actually, you know what? You could bring, she will run standard team building for like everybody else. But if you wanted to bring Manticore with you, so because he's the guy who's supposed to be doing what you guys are doing, you could do that. Sure.
That's sort of what I was thinking.
Okay.
All right. Very well.
Lustra should come too.
Okay.
Yeah, she's.
Sure. All right. Well, so you guys can take a long rest. Sleep it off.
Bonalyn will absolutely. She sleeps totally nude. She will start removing her clothes before she gets to the room
For
for optimum comfort.
Lustra has. Oh dear. All right.
That's what you got to do.
And
I just don't bother.
yep. Who puts him out in the first place? All right. So
It's like not a blink. No reaction to it
No.
whatsoever.
Yep.
Only the new people would like notice.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like
Lighthouse sees and goes. Manticore goes. So wait, is this a? Dude, is there a party going on somewhere? What's happening? Oh no, we're just going in. Perfect. He'll just go into his room. Lustra is like, be cool, and she'll kind of go into the room with Fodlin and Velix, who Velix is like, oh, bedtime, and she'll also stream. So
No, what I want to do
Yes.
with Manticore is a quick game of dragon chess. Of course, he knows the rules of dragon
course.
chess.
absolutely. Are you assume you're proficient? So add your proficiency
I'm
bonus
proficient.
and your intelligence.
Yeah.
He'll do the same. Actually,
27.
27, eh? What is your passive perception?
Oh no. My passive perception is, I believe that's just +9.
Okay, so 19.
Oh, passive perception is 10. Huh?
Your perception score is 10?
So I have.
What's your perception
Oh,
modifier?
never mind. Yeah. I was reading persuasion, which is
Oh,
+9.
Okay.
Perception
20.
is just 10. So he's cheating, isn't he?
Here's the thing. You don't notice that he's cheating, but you know the chess game enough to know that something's going on, and he's got a real manticore smirk.
Can I at least play him until I force a stalemate?
Yes, what's interesting is, actually, Reginald, do an insight roll.
Insight roll. Okay. Nat 20 plus 5.
Okay. I actually rolled fairly low. So nat 20 plus 5 is a 25.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I rolled a 9 on his deception, which gets him to a 23. So yes, you're able to do it. He's kind of, basically, he's actually very good at dragon chess. He's cheating just to mess with you.
Right.
He's like just doing weird little moves and slightly changing positions of stuff. Like, it's not even to win, it's just to mess with you. So yeah, you can certainly do. But yeah,
I see.
he's.
Old habits die hard, huh, Manticore?
I don't know what you possibly mean. Now I need to wax my beard. Excuse me.
All right. He's just gonna hold that and just jams it in there.
Ah, that's the business.
It's just tallow.
Yep, just the beef. Yeah. All right.
That's more of the wax than the beard there, my fella.
Everyone gain the bet. Anybody else want to describe shenanigans activities as they sleep? Mr. Glurk, you just slurp around.
I just got my whole room to myself.
Just spread out across the bed like a new blanket. Asheen, lighthouse. Now before and just so you're wondering, lad, do I snore like I'm in an old timey cartoon? The answer won't surprise you. Good night.
I just want to stand like, man, I really should have done this when we hired them, but I was just like, look at him, stallion.
All right, so long rest occurs. You guys can go ahead and try to navigate the maze. Here's how this is going to work. We've spent a lot of time on the shenanigans, so we'll sort of speed this up. Oh, yes, Asheen?
God, this is going to be so expensive. But I feel like I have to teleport home in the morning to then go with Will and then teleport back.
So you don't, because it doesn't have to be sequential. You guys can take a few days off. It says every day for a year, but like if you skip 3 days, it's just that it's a year and 3, You need to do it for a year's worth of days.
Okay.
Yeah. If you miss a day, it doesn't reset both.
All right, then I'll actually have some spell slots today.
Yeah. Next morning, everybody wakes up.
Oh, wait. No. My simulacrum
Can go. He provided he has enough slots to do it just like twice or whatever. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, cool. Perfect. I'm gonna write that that's what he's doing.
Yeah, he should still have those.
What class was Will again?
He's a cleric.
Oh, they don't get simulacrum. That'd be fun to have 2 simulacrums go
Yeah.
and continue the spell.
All right, cool. So, you guys wake up. Lustra is just like didn't sleep at all. She's just but now you guys gather for at the thing. The rest of the staff are just doing standard team building. Yes, Fonlin?
She didn't sleep, so it doesn't make sense, but I fully expected Lustra to wake up to Fonlin and Velix just brushing each other's hair.
Okay, sure, that's fine. She kind of like she dozed and now she sees the brushing each other's hair. Sure.
Still nude, but like yeah.
Well, yeah. Poor Lustra.
She's fine.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do not engage the darkness. Do not engage the darkness. Do not think these dark thoughts. Like, should we brush your hair too?
Yeah.
In any event, once all hair is brushed by whoever brushed it, the 6 of you, being Glurk, Asheen, Fonlin, Reginald, Lustra, and Manticore. Yes, Fonlin?
Well, okay. Go ahead.
No, if it's still in the room, that's
No.
fine. Yeah, okay, what's up?
It's the same maze we went to before, but just trying to get to the...
You're entering in a different part and trying to go all the way. Yeah.
If someone knew the path, how long would it take them to get through it?
Well, you're not sure because this part of the maze seems a little different, and Reginald,
Yeah, I just mean like if someone did know.
You don't know.
Is it gonna take like a day, or is it like?
You don't know. Because the maze does this, but then it does like Reginald, like there's an area you can fly over, but at some point it is going to go underground, and then your flight will not be as helpful because it will go like to the ceiling sort of thing. Yeah, you're not just doing like there's like an exterior maze, but you guys are going into the heart of it to try to find the actual king.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
So the way this is going to work is we are going to run this as a skill challenge, basically. Where you're going to try to, use whatever techniques you can to navigate through. I'm going to have this be in rounds, but you won't, it's like, it will take however many rounds it takes for you to have a sort of, either if you have a super high average at first, you'll do it. Otherwise, like having a couple of averages of a certain, kind of thing will do it. But you might have other rounds that will sort of be part of today's skill challenge as well. So, you may not want to blow everything at once, or you might want to. Maybe if you roll super high, you might just get there right away. So, who would like to use what skills to navigate your way in? Lustra is going to just be Lustra's just observing, but the Manticore will participate.
Then I will start before we enter in by just giving us a little pep talk and just giving bardic inspiration to everyone, including Manticore. So everyone, you have a D12 now.
Oh.
Well, I feel inspired already.
And before we walk in, you know what? I'm gonna cast See Invisibility on myself as an arcane. Eldritch Knight. I can do that.
Is it a regular maze, or is it lined with like traps and stuff?
Not traps. It's just complicated.
Okay.
I'll do it just in case.
And I suppose, God, I guess you're bringing in this guy. He should, you should, where is the, he will do, what's it called, telepathy?
Ooh.
A telepathic bond?
Telepathic bond. He'll give you guys a telepathic bond.
Ooh, fantastic.
What's that?
You can all just... You're all just...
It's a D&D WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Or group chat.
You're just like, you're connected psychically, just as much as it is necessary. So, who wants to do what?
Well, I'm just gonna have a quick flyover.
Okay. I'm even gonna say between the flight and like the preposterous things, you guys can make it to the like port portion that goes underground without any issue. So now it is just navigating a maze. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, there's no violent stuff in here or anything. This literally is just the DC to navigate is high. So you're gonna need to use fancy stuff to get through.
How fast does Cola move?
Cola moves not significantly faster than you. You can use her to scout a little bit. I might, depending on what you're doing, she could maybe give you an advantage or something just to like look down 2 different hallways, but she doesn't have like a 60-foot speed or anything because she's little.
What if I sent Cola to go ahead, but I scryed her?
You mean you're looking through her eyes? When you do that, you can't like you can't see anything around you, so it doesn't wind up speeding things up as much.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll just send Cola to scout a little bit.
Yeah, you can do. I'll depending on what thing you do, that might grant you advantage since like you're seeing a little faster, but like you can't. She's not fast enough that you could like send her down a bunch of stuff and figure it out without walking it yourself.
Well, if there's like 2 paths, she could go down one.
Well, I
guess that wouldn't matter.
You could do a little of that stuff, yeah.
One thing I can do, since I'm proficient in cartographer's tools and history, I could keep a track of which paths we went down. If someone else wants to do the tracking.
Ooh, yeah, cartographer's tools. That's great. Okay, cartographer's tools is an excellent one to do, and it's a tool, so I'd allow people to do that every round. Perception, investigation.
I was gonna ask about perception, but just seeing if I can see where, like, what looks like maybe more trodden paths or something.
Sure. So let's roll your cartography. Roll your perception, Mr. Glurk.
and we
So
don't have.
if we use something now, we can't use it again.
We'll adjust that.
Because I would do investigation.
You do investigation. You're a plus 15 investigation. Yeah, so
That's why I specifically avoided using investigation.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh. What's the DC, by the way? I need to know, so in case I use my second wind and stuff.
Well, what did you hit?
28.
Go ahead and use your second wind.
Oh, God.
Okay.
What is Manticore doing?
Well, I'm gonna let Faudelin pick first, and he'll pick last.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I can do though.
Well, I don't know. Make a pitch. What are you good at?
I mean, I'm looking and
Nature.
Does anybody have survival? Survival's a useful one, certainly.
So while Faudelin is thinking about that,
Yeah.
we'll declare. So I've got a 12 on my perception check. So I'm going to, because it costs no action. I'm going to spend a spell slot to regain a use of my bardic inspiration, and then use my peerless skill to add a D12 onto that.
Sure. Reginald, what did that get you to?
+2, so that's 18 +2 +10, so 30.
Okay.
So I still haven't used the bardic one yet. If that's still under.
You can go ahead and do the bardic one.
Okay.
It's not.
Oh
It's
my God.
well. It's since it's a graduated thing. You can.
Okay. So I can still put on more.
Yeah.
1.
31. Okay.
So that was a 9, so it's 11, so that's 21, and I'm going to use my hero D12. I'm just adding on top of it.
Sounds good.
And I think I'll also use a hero dice on there.
Yeah,
if I
sure.
see one to use.
Terrible. 23 for my perception check.
23. Okay. How'd you do, Mr. Glurk?
Rolled a nat 20, so 35.
Damn.
Okay.
Do I add on inspiration, or is it dealer's choice?
You may add on inspiration. I will say that a 30 is going to get you like a success, but since like getting higher, like getting a 40 would maybe mean you don't have to do multiple rounds, you can certainly throw it on to try it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Fonlin.
I think I know. Could I do Tasha's bubbling cauldron? And could I do a potion of advantage?
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna cast that
Yes.
to give yourself a potion of advantage.
Not me, everyone that reaches in. I mean, it's not just me.
Potion of
that's a
advantage.
spell
I don't
I've
even know
never
what
heard
that
of.
is.
Maybe I'm just not looking at a...
No. I see it. It's from Wild Wind of the Witchlight. Oh yeah, you gain advantage on one thing of your choice. Sure. Yeah.
Interesting.
So everyone can get that for sure. Aside from
Can you use it on your inspiration?
Could you use it on the? I think it's only a D20 roll.
It's a level
Okay.
2.
Yeah, you can. But yeah, you can make that for everyone, so everyone has that. So but what skill are you going to use? For your.
Oh, I thought that was my whole thing. I mean, but it's like a walled thing, right?
So I would say the things that are remaining that make sense would be, survival. You could do like stealth to try to like sneak around corners so nothing sees you. You could try nature to see the kind of the stuff that's built.
That was my. I thought
Arcana to see if there's magical.
If it were a hedge maze.
Sure, nature or arcana to see if there's any clues in the stuff like that.
Then arcana.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna use my
Or
D10.
someone did investigation.
Somebody did investigation.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna use my D10 hero dice to add on to the 31,
Okay.
which is a 3, so 34
Okay.
total.
34, 35, 23. All right, Hoffenheim, go for it with your Arcana.
I'm
And
at 37 because I got a 2 on my Bardic.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm debating if I should throw something else on top.
And you can have advantage on this if you're going to choose it for this one. You know what? The Manticore is actually going to spend his hero D4 to give himself advantage on this one to save the potion advantage with everybody else, in the hopes that, because if you roll a 4, it's triple advantage and you get to keep the die.
Did he get a 4?
He
Got a
did
1.
get a 4.
Damn.
So he gets triple advantage. He's going to do history. He's a student of
Okay.
history.
Smart fella.
All right. Triple advantage.
111.
19.
Ah.
It's 29. He will throw on the D12 from Ashin. This is a 10. 39.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, D12 doesn't do much in today's thing since we're not... Oh, unless we want to roll for the people at the end. You know what? Manicore doesn't care. He will throw on a D12 on top of that. He's at 39 plus 46.
Yeah, Fonnelin got a 41 in Arcana.
All right. 3, Fonnelin, 41 on Arcana. So, math.
Hold on. Am I going to throw one on, or is it too late?
It's not too late until I finish adding and dividing.
Can you do math faster than the publisher?
I guess I'll hold it because I don't think I can do enough.
You've gotten to a 36 is your average,
Yeah, I figured.
which is pretty good. So we will say, you know what? In light of it being 926, I will say that a 36 will get you. Tell you what, it will take a while, but you do manage to get there like today. Kind of you're tromping through the thing, going down stuff, funneling, you're sending your, your person
I've got
down.
a whole map of this.
Yeah, and
labyrinth
Reginald
here.
has mapped out, Reginald, you have a pretty good kind of, like Legend of Zelda style, map, just like
Yeah.
real thing of here's exactly where we went to. But you eventually come to a sort of a chamber with an odd sort of fiery glow. As you enter this chamber, you see you hear a scraping sound, and a figure kind of looks up and says, "Is that is that dinner then?"
I hope not.
Oh.
Told us that you didn't want any stew.
Well, stew? I don't want
Alright.
stew. Wait.
Also, we're not the dinner, are we?
No.
It's unclear whether or not we were coming in here as a sacrifice or not.
Oh, well, are you?
Are we?
A
No.
giant,
What's
there's
up
a
with-
huge minotaur kind of sitting on a throne next
We
to
were-
a big fire. He's got an
Told
axe.
you're giving us a boon.
It's the damn thing there. Okay. Well, that's fine. Oh, come on in then. It's been a while since anyone's tried to get in
Oh.
here, so that's fine.
If you're the Minotaur King, should I address you, Your Excellency, Your Lordship?
Your horniness?
I think that's
Oh.
inappropriate.
No.
This is supposed to be a work exercise here.
What do you mean? No, you may address me as your I don't really...
Very well, Your Horniness. Okay.
That's fine.
That's how it is.
He sets on this huge axe and says, "Well then, so you've made it this far, you wish a boon. Well then, convince me. Go ahead."
We were told we were the best that they've seen, and that's why they sent us down here to you, and we didn't need any other training.
Well,
I mean,
you impressed them, but impress me. What is it you're doing, and why do you deserve my secret knowledge? The collaboration that built a maze as complex as this. So at this point, round 2. This is a time for your, your kind of your classic more charisma, social interaction based things. Insight also is fine. I will mention that the Manticore has a plus 14 to deception. So I don't
I'll
know if
let him
anybody
be
else.
deceiver.
You might
Mine's
want him
12.
to be the deceiver. You're 12, okay. Fonnelin?
Can we use our other ones that we used to get here? Or no.
You don't want to use anything. You can't use stuff you already used to get here.
Persuasion.
So she.
Are you
What?
plus?
What's your persuasion?
10 plus 10.
Okay, yeah, that's better than mine. Go ahead.
Mine's plus 14.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you can do a performance. You're proficient in that, right?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Okay. Perform, persuade, deceive. Reginald, insight is also okay, or just somebody's gonna have to make a weird one, I'm sure. Oh, I suppose since you're trying to convince him to teach you to craft, you could attempt a crafting roll, if you'd rather. You could pop out a,
Could I show that, like, opal thing I made?
Sure, you can, but it's like you're presenting it as like a performance, kind of, doing it as a,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, Asheen, you're gonna persuade, just kind of tell him that you've done impressive things. The Manticore is just gonna fill in with lies wherever necessary, kind of back up Mr. Glurk. Glurk and Reginald, what's the plan, gentlemen? Also, everyone has advantage on this roll because Faunelin gave you Faunelin gave you a.
Oh god, this would have been. I could have used the D4. We just always have advantage, so I forget that that's what the D4.
Oh, you were gone. The Manticore did, and I rolled a 4, so I got triple advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's used his. He used his D4.
I don't think I can intimidate or do some sort of intimidation to convince him for something.
Sure, why not? Are you good at it?
Yeah.
Reach for the
Plus
stars. All right, so that's all 4 charisma-based ones, which Mr. Glurk's not good at anyway. So, Mr. Glurk, what are you going to try?
Well, I was good at deception, but I think...
but not as good as the Manticore?
No, just 12.
Yeah.
You're not as good as a supervillain at lying.
I guess I'll do some tools then.
All right, which tool you want to show him off? What was your, signature tool? What's your, are you a tinker?
My signature item was the box.
Was that Tinker's tools? What was the? Do you remember what your signature tool proficiency was?
I don't.
It was
probably
leatherworking.
That's my signature?
Yeah, do a leatherworking.
So you made a leather box?
Yeah, that seems that's good actually, because leather to the Minotaur feels like it's an intimidation tactic.
Yeah,
watch me
great.
work this cow flesh.
Your skin. Oh, I tanned skin like yours. All right, cool. All right, well, yeah, do a leatherworking. You can have a plus 10 on that.
Yeah.
For your thing. All right, cool. Well. All right, everyone, make those rolls.
This is another graded thing, right? Not like a DC, a set DC.
No, this one will have a. Oh, I guess I should say the set DC of this one is 30.
Okay.
We're using the advantage from the potion.
Perfect. Yeah, everyone use your advantage from the potion.
Okay. I'm gonna just add.
You guys. You suspect this is your last one, so come on. All right.
Is our last one?
I mean, it's 9:30. Come on.
I'm using all my die.
Not use your die. Maybe the DC's 40. It's 35. It's 35. It's 35. Sorry. Okay, it's 35.
All right,
35?
right.
Okay. Then I will spend another spell slot to get my unlimited uses. As long as I give us spell slots, I can just keep getting back. It's crazy. Okay. Let's add a D12 onto there. Yes. This is gonna be great. There's one thing I like doing in D&D, persuasion. I'm glad the dice are gonna reward that. Okay. 44, and then I'll just add everything else on top.
Let's do that.
Load it up. I'm saving the D12.
You're saving your D12 for them. That's probably smart. The Minotaur rolled a 19 on his extra D20. I'm on fire with this die.
I rolled a 13 on my regular D20 and then a 13 on the extra D20.
That's great.
I got a 55.
Okay.
Damn.
On performance, he is enchanted. It's like the dance of the opal.
All right. So
it probably doesn't help that you're naked half the time. Reginald.
All right. Listen to
doesn't
this.
Hurt. I mean, yeah.
Advantage 5 and 3. Second win 1. So that is a total of 6 plus 9 is 15 so far.
Machine, what was your final with everything used?
60.
60. Okay.
She also has those ribbons going, like at the gymnastics at the Olympics. She has those ribbons.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Excellent.
That's great.
The Olympic event, actually.
Okay, this is much better. 20 on my d20. 9 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4. All right, fantastic.
I got a 55.
All right. In leatherworking.
Yeah.
All right. Manticore gets to a actually also a 60 machine.
Hey.
So persuasion and deception hand in hand.
Excellent.
And Reginald
53.
in intimidation of 53. Wow.
I cut a very intimidating despite only rolling a 5 on my main d20.
You guys are gonna be over 55 here, so that's pretty good.
Do we get the senior discount?
I mean, you should.
What time is it?
Wait, wouldn't you get it, Fonlin? Due to your
56?
elfiness?
I don't know how old she is.
I don't think she knows how old she is.
No,
Yeah,
she probably
that's
doesn't.
an interesting fantasy question that never gets brought up. Do they grade that? Is it just a number? Because I feel like then like a bunch of like teenage elves are really gaming that system.
Yeah. for real. All right. So good news. You thoroughly impress this Manticore King between because you're both demonstrating items you've done and dancing with ribbons, and then you're showing him live leather working, and he's like scared, and Reginald's like he was scared, and Ashin's like convincing him, and Manticore's just always saying the right thing where anything that wasn't perfect he's lying to him, and at the end the Manticore goes, "Oh, all right, enough. That very well. Yes, you've reached the center and you've really impressed me and almost distracted the fact that my dinner's not here yet. Yeah, I can't hear me. Well,
Wouldn't let us bring you stew.
I don't want stew, but the fact that they wouldn't, head should roll. Maybe literally, probably not. Very well. You can have very, very few people have ever reached this level. We've taught them the techniques of this, but you all can drink of this. You can drink of the fountain if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
The fountain of the coordination, the fountain of collaboration, the fountain of inspiration.
Fonolin will scoops up in her hand and give it to Mr. Glurk. she learned from the team building to help feed
And then Lustra will scoop some up and put it in Fonolin's mouth.
I will scoop some up and put it in Reginald's mouth.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Wait, I thought are we not doing the thing? I thought we're doing the thing.
Can you at least let me know you're gonna do that before you do it?
She'll lean over to Mr. Glurk and be like, I see the tension they're talking about now.
Between them? Yeah.
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 Oh, man.
Maybe we should step in.
I get.
Yes. Mr. Glurk, do you feed anyone else?
Can I make my hand into like a
Candy?
little
Like a
a
ladle?
little spoon? Like a ladle?
Like a ladle?
And then-
Sure.
Yeah.
And then do you complete the triangle by by serving Lustra that?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I'll just feed Fonolin back again.
Yeah.
Fonolin,
So now Fonolin has 2
the
doses.
Manicore's just like, oh god. All right.
Oh, you want some?
The Manticore?
From team
Yeah.
building.
He's just, I've had it before.
I'll present the glass that I filled up to Manticore.
I could have a
Etiquette, of
I am
course.
thirsty after all.
I'll
Is that Manticore's voice?
The Manticore. Sorry. Minotaur Manticore. This is confusing. Manticore was busy sneaking some into little bottles. But he's like, oh yes, of course, thank you so much.
I'll just
Delicious.
scoop up another handful and come. Always a bridesmaid, and I'll feed myself.
I thought Manticore was gonna complete the triangle here.
Oh, if that's what, sure. Here you go, Sheen. There you go. Found it. I'm sorry, I'm all out. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Actually, though, I guess I should make him do a sleight of hand on that to see if... You know what? He's gonna... He hasn't expended his D4 because he got it back. He'll expend his D4 again to give himself advantage on this. This is not a 4, but he'll still have advantage. Yeah, okay. He... It's not obscene. It's like a 18, but he beats the Minotaur. So he sneaks a few extra bottles just to, study him. Probably doesn't work away from this, but he's not gonna not try, I understand. In any event, you all do feel a strange new sense of coordination. And I'm not going to go into the full details of it. I can tell you guys off stream, but having completed this and having rolled so high, it took you a little longer than you wanted to get to the center of this, but you managed to get to the middle and you convinced the king to give you the full thing rather than just share some knowledge, which means, ladies and gentlemen, you have gained a new hero die.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it the percentile?
It is the percentile.
Okay.
What is the percent? Oh boy.
So
What does that do?
practically, this means that you can always just use the percentile now. If you use it to tack on top, it is not a tens column. If you use it on top, it's just it goes from 1 to 10. It doesn't. You can't put like 80 on because you rolled an 80 on it. Yes, Fonlin?
Question.
Yes.
If Jeremy were to come back, he wouldn't get the die, would
I
he?
guess not.
Okay.
Like, that's all I wanted.
No.
Don't worry, Manicor's got a few stashed away.
Having felt thoroughly refreshed,
Yeah.
can I also try to take a little back for my study?
Actually, yes. Are you going to try to sneak it out?
Yeah.
Do a sleight of hand. Yeah.
27.
Yeah. You can sneak a little back. You make an Arcana. Well, make an Arcana check as you do it.
Oh, they're so sneaky.
They're cool.
25.
You, like the Manticore, you suspect that, like, it probably only works straight out of the thing, the magical ray gun, but no reason not to study it. No reason not to see what the sort of substance is.
Take it to the lab.
To the laboratory. Gorza, check this out. So, with that, congratulations, my friends. You have now mechanically increased your ability to craft.
Hooray.
I probably let you do this in one fewer round than I intended to, because this was supposed to be hard, but I also wasted a lot of time myself with like pointless team building exercises it's kind of like you earned that. In any event, you guys can go back to the team.
Pointless, I learned to share food with Mr. Glurk.
Oh, it was very important. Yeah, it's very.
And we
fair
learned
point.
that Reginald and Oshin have
That's
something going on.
on the side.
And
I've never heard.
Reginald and
I
Sheen have a
never
thing.
did hear about this. I had no idea.
And Lustra learned that she has a new interest, and she's going to be doing the magical equivalent of Googling tall girls brushing hair. In any event, you guys can return. Also, your other sort of new members, Lighthouse and Gorza, there has been some just general group bonding. Now, Lustra just got this die as well. I don't know that Lustra even had hero die. I guess she has hero die now, but she has this. Lustra also has the hero die. That's exciting.
She's now
Does
partially
she have the
hero.
one? Or does she have...
Maybe she
The
only has
one
one.
die
That's
to
kinda
rule
funny.
them all.
She only has the percentile. Won't really be useful for what she does, but we'll see. But so as you guys head back, we will very quickly. And if anybody saved their D12s, we can talk about that now. Because Fonlin, you did have Maria has been guiding them in meditations. No, she hasn't. They've been guiding her. That's just kidding. No one's been guiding anyone. It's just a collective experience building together. That's a joke. Obviously, she's guiding them. These people don't know what they're doing. People more like sheeple. Just a joke. She wouldn't consider them sheep. It's not like she could feed on all of them like they're little animals. Maybe she could. She
Imagine
wouldn't.
how long our team building would have been if she was...
Oh my god.
We'd still be on the ship.
Yeah, you'd still be on the boat. No, I couldn't have gone on the boat anyway. It's running water. How'd I even get to ease in the first place? It's surrounded by running water. I'm not going on a boat. Are you people crazy? You are crazy, but I like you
I
anyway.
pointed it out last time.
Yep. All right. So, with
Look, if
that,
Nosferatu taught you anything, it's possible.
she can only do it in a in a coffin with her earth under.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to all those things that you guys did. All right. The signature storeroom. I'm not going to roll for that. They know what they're doing. So well, sure, I'll roll for it. Yeah, they crafted as per normal. Asheen, you had the main storeroom open. So does anybody have D12s left over?
I do.
You do.
Well, question.
Yeah.
I mean, this is do simulacrums get
No.
another set of hero dice? Okay.
Nah. Because since those reset per like session and not like a long rest or short, like it's like a timing, but it's like they don't get those. All right, so the main storeroom, and I also have all their hero dice, so I can throw these. You can basically tell me if I'll tell you what a roll is, and you can tell me if you want to boost any of these. This is just for them to like set.
Oh, do you? So we have
Storeroom. We already did signature storeroom. They're fine. We have storeroom, kitchen, smiths, and pub.
Anybody have a preference on what to put the 12 in?
Kitchen, probably kitchen.
Yeah, sure.
Not kitchen. Don't do kitchen.
Probably the
Storeroom or the pub?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah,
does
let's
make
go
more
storeroom.
sense. Storeroom. All right. So roll your D12 for the
Or
storeroom.
Showroom, I guess, not storeroom.
Showroom. Yeah. So roll your D12.
9.
9. So it's 9 plus 5 is 14.
Mm-hmm.
Plus their roll, which altogether was a 17, so a 31.
All right.
Oh, do you want me to boost that? I have all their dice. How do you want their dice distributed?
Um.
Otherwise, I'll just go ahead.
I was gonna say like, I guess like use like the D20 here and then the rest on the pub.
D20 adds a 4, so a 35. That got it up. Okay.
20 added a 4.
Yep, only added a 4. Kitchen. Natural 20, so a kitchen gets them to a 28. Congratulations. Unless you want me to toss one on. You want me to toss a D4 on? Get it to a 30?
Sure.
I rolled a 3. It's a 31.
There you go.
Hey.
All right. The
workshop or
Smithy.
Smiths.
Okay. Smithy is another natural 20. It's the misty one, which makes little sense for a smith. I should have been rolling a rage one. So that'll get them to a. They're also 28. You want me to toss anybody else on?
This is Smithy.
Smithy.
Yeah.
8.
8. 1. 29.
Oof.
Real
Rough.
bummer.
Oof.
That means it's good work, but like they didn't make like any like
Sure.
super kind of high ticket thing.
Yeah.
And then lastly the pub.
And I guess the rest.
Yeah.
Rest go on the pub. All right, so 15 on the pub. 24. That's a 30. 39.
Oh. Needed that one.
Wait,
I know.
Wait. Can my simulacrum give them inspiration? Because he gets the bardic inspirations.
He does get the bardic inspirations, and they're D12s.
He gets all my features. They're D12.
Well, pub would have been at. So pub got to a 39. So that's a D12 on top of each one.
Yeah, I got 4 of them.
All right. So roll the first one.
Okay.
This is for the storeroom.
To 1.
Okay. You took a 35 to a 36. This is kitchen. They're at a 31. A 4 or better will be a big deal.
It's a 3.
Okay, so 34. This is typical Pierce. Okay, now these, however, are 29 and 39. So roll for the Smithy's a 29.
11.
Well, the
Whoa.
Smithy's a 40. Okay, and then pub.
Damn. 4.
43. All right. Well, they did good in your absence, thanks to the melting simulacrum's inspiration. Because never regained those. I guess I should mention to Kevin. So a simulacrum is basically it's kind of like a high level. It's like 8th level. 7th levels?
7th level.
You basically make a copy of yourself, and it has everything you have when you make it. So it's like if you're a wizard, you basically give it. A wizard simulacrum is a lot more valuable than a fighter simulacrum. Is the idea? It has half your hit points, and it's just made of snow, but it looks like you, and you basically. It has everything you have when you do it, so minus the slot it has to do. So basically, it's like it has all your spell slots, but it can never regain them or hit points or anything. So it can cast all your spells you can cast, but it doesn't ever get them back. So it's kind of a disposable you. Yeah. But the inspiration was there too, so he had all those inspiration. That's wonderful. All right. Well.
Wait, does it get stuff that refresh on a short rest?
Nope. It never gets anything back because the point is it's like a copy. It's not a real.
Sure. I see.
So with that, my dear friends, with a 36 for the sort of showroom, but a 40 for the smithy, they actually made Pierce. Well, you wound up using your extra die for the thing. Do you want it to be? Did they make armor or a weapon? Was it Tarawin or Asthenos who sort of?
I will say weapon.
Okay, so they made a they wound up making like an uncommon magic weapon that sold for a big thing,
nice.
the things.
Well done.
A special high tide
trident.
magic weapon. A trident, yeah. High tide trident sold for a big thing. So. It's not the size of your customs, but it did a thing. The pub made a bunch of stuff. The kitchen both kept the pub going and were trying out all these new dishes for a thing. Actually, you were saying they could do a thing for high tide. They just did it. You just didn't. You weren't there. They have some leftovers for you. But yeah. So yeah, great. Well, goodness, everybody. Well, this turned out well, and it's only 9:51, and I do apologize. In any event,
so we got 9 more minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you all so much. With that, we'll bring it to a close. You get back, and Maria's like, "Did you miss me? I didn't miss you. Just kidding. I missed you so much. Just kidding. I knew you'd be back. Just kidding. When I say I missed you, it means I turned into mist. I'm a vampire. I can do that. Just kidding. I can't. Just kidding. I can, but I didn't. Just kidding. I can, and I did, and I did.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
Is it a big miss?
Hey, Lustra. Why do you look so weird? Lustra's like, no reason. And she just walks away.
Is it like a colorful mist?
My
it's
mist?
white. And when you turn into mist, is it colorful?
Ask me and I'll show you sometime. Just kidding, I won't. Just kidding, I will, but I won't when you ask.
All right.
Okay.
Surprise me, I guess. Or don't.
Also, watch out for these two.
Asheen's finally catching on. Oh, Asheen and Reginald? That's been a while there, won't they?
Yeah.
The Manticore just sees her talking and goes, I am evil, but you all are way too comfortable with the daughter of Dracula, and he just walks off. And with that, we will end the session. Great work, everyone. Very successful high tide. In other words, despite you guys not being there, you kind of you just kept earnings at a good level because of the pub, all that stuff.
So between the money we made and the party, you could say it was green grass and high tides forever.
Thanks for watching,
now
everybody.
Only 3 partners remaining.
We're just gonna.
Reginald is out.
I know that is a reference I missed, but I don't know what it's.
It's a Flogging Molly song, I believe.
Ah, yeah, no.
I thought it was just Is it not just an Irish song? Maybe it's. Just
Flogging Molly is an Irish band.
Yeah.
And they did a famous version of it.
Yeah. Oh no, maybe they might have created it.
It is.
Wasn't this in Rock Band?
Yeah, it's a particularly difficult song in Rock Band just because it's so long.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it was the final song in Rock Band, the first one, wasn't it?
I think so. It's that or it's Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. Both of those are bitches.
Nah, Run to the Hills was way before then, so yeah, it was Greengrass.
Oh, it's not Flocking Molly, it's the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Huh. But it's not a traditional. I always thought that was a traditional song. Well, in any event, thanks for watching. Silly stuff here. What's going on? Poor Lustra. Or alternate Lucky Lustra. many different takes. So we have some other games on the channel. You can join us on Wednesday as we return to the Deck of Long Lost Things, where we rolled up all the stuff. I've actually now, like, I will post this before we play, kind of the summary of everything that happened to them in these 6 months since that game, like, in-game ended. On Friday, we're back with more character building from Arkham Mass. We don't have anything this Sunday. We're dark on Sunday for Monster the Ravaging, because that wrapped up, so we'll have a couple Sundays off. Or maybe we'll randomly do them, but it's nothing planned. And then a week from tonight, back with more of this. We will have a vote in our Discord. I'll post the options for that tomorrow morning, as I always do. I might talk to them about any requests they have. Otherwise, I'll just roll at random like I typically do. Although this time I was like, I think I checked, like, I was like, should I do that? Anyway, so it'll probably be back to crafting next week. Because we got to use the new die. Oh, yeah, I got to tell them about the new die. Well, it's too late. Okay, so in any event, we will be, you can go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how all this intersects. We'll be back in a week with this fun. And if you want to plug anything, Manzukis anything, complain, airing of grievances, now's your time.
Very quickly and very confusingly, I'm going to recommend Severance, but not the show, the 2006 film directed by Christopher Smith about a corporate retreat.
Oh, wow.
Where the members start getting hunted down one by one during the corporate retreat. It's very good. Christopher Smith is a very interesting director that's always got something surprising up his sleeve. I highly recommend it. It's very funny. It's a very dark comedy.
Sounds dark.
Yeah.
All right. Fun stuff.
Well, then I'm just going to plug Severance, the show.
I did that 2 weeks ago, so I was like, but you
no
can do
reason
it again.
not to.
No reason to do it again.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you all for being here. This has been a lot of fun. Until we meet again, just remember, if you need magic items, you need MEI.